Texas.
Dallas. North Texas.
So how do you distribute it?
We have a ranking system. You guys have that? Rank from 0 to 9. The lower number you get. I don't know. I have a flexible job, so I can work up to 3-4 games. But I don't think there's like you have to have. I don't know. We have a lot of schools though, so we get a lot of games. What?
We have a good roof follower. Our stuff is like good people and very unsophisticated.
You should just stick to college.
I wish I could. I get 19 weeks a year, like I don't get a full schedule. No, I don't consider 8 games a half school schedule. So like, I can't just say fuck high school or something. Yeah. And then just go, right, then do 16 games a year, like, yeah. And plus, I don't make any money in my college schedule because I live so far away. So like, I usually break even. Like, if I have to stay in a hotel or whatever, it's just too far away.
Well, is your job in McAllen?
Yes.
Obviously. Can you ever like relocate to Dallas? You know?
Anyway, but not when I'm getting the amount of games. If I'm gonna get 45 games, then yeah. But not for 12, 14, 16 games. Not worth it. Like I say, I was surprised. Earlier in my career, when I didn't have kids, I would have picked up a role, but now I can't. If I gotta consider like school districts and like all that. That's how I was like first half of my I could do much as I want here. You know what I mean? And then like second half, picked up big time.
I wish I could see the jersey number. I just want to know. I don't know why they have to wear one on the cover. I just want to be able to say, okay, 3's a 3-point shooter, you know? But instead I have to go, girl in the blonde ponytail is a 3-point shooter.
All of them. We'll see. So they had some titles this week. Girls or boys? Girls.
6'8". Oh, I forgot to mention. So I saw this. I've seen both of these teams play yesterday. The coach, coach in black. She's not. She's passionate. She's large and plays passionate. So it would happen to say, "Hey, coach, stay in your coaching box," or that's not me trying to throw her under the bus. I think she'll be fine, but just don't be surprised if she's active. She's an active coach.
Yeah. I heard her 2 weeks ago. She got with the white shirt on. That's cool with the white shirt. That's the when she said it, I looked over her like, oh, God.
I don't think she's bad. I just don't want you guys to be surprised.
No, like I said, I had her, so I already know.
I'll tell you what, this is some real comfort music.
Oh, man, ain't it?
Who's in charge? I don't. But I'm about to switch the song on this iPad over here.
took the soccer. He already graduated from Oklahoma. He played football. He played football in Oklahoma, and then now my youngest son, he'll be going there in the fall, but this summer in Oklahoma State. Five. Got 3 girls and 2 boys. Well, my twins, like my oldest son that played Oklahoma, his sister, she played basketball, but she hurt her knee. My middle daughter, her knee, she stopped playing. And of course, I had my other son, and he watched everybody else, so we had Oklahoma games, we seen people like Tony Jefferson, who played for Baltimore, we seen Kenny Stills that played for the Texans. So, all those guys I know, you know what I mean? So my son was hanging around with those guys. It kind of helped him try to kind of get the way you were at that. Yeah, I played at ACU.
ACU?
Yeah, I played at ACU.
I like that.
Huh? Well, it was D2 when I was there. It just went D1 like, 3 years ago, 4? Yeah. I would have got in trouble, I would have been Division I. So I got in trouble, yeah. I got in trouble and stuff, so I had to go down.
It's like we got cheerleaders in the state. I guess they're not allowed down on the floor.
Yeah. See, this was in Abilene one year, man. I was hoping it was going to be in Abilene this year. It'd been perfect for me. I was sleep my own bed.
What do you say? Drive? Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours? Yeah. I thought you meant car, like what kind of ride you got. I'm like, oh, that was random. I never liked long warm-ups when I played sports because it makes you in your head too much. Like 40 minutes, okay. Let's get this over. Let's go.
I like it. I would like it. I like to warm up. Like, when I'm getting ready to go, I'm sweating. I like that. I'm a preparation guy. I've always been that way.
It's the fact that you got here 2 hours early. Yeah, that's not a strong suit of mine. I'm a
I was like,
fly by the seat of your
my
pants.
wife,
girl.
she's like, what time is it? I said, I'm going to be there 2 hours for the game. I know she want me to hang around like now. Well, you only got to be there an hour for the game. I'll be there 2 hours for
You
the
want to go
game.
get breakfast?
Yeah. So, she had to go to the track meet anyway.
Crash into you guys. Are you guys like music?
3A Girls State Championship and feature the Lady Knights of Midland National Academy and the Lady Warriors of Legacy Christian Academy of Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask that you please stand for invocation. Beginning this afternoon by Ms. Jody Decker. She's a basketball player with Legacy Christian Academy.
Please bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the wonderful things you're doing in our lives. I pray blessings over everyone in this channel, Lord. I pray that whatever your will be done tonight and whatever outcome it will be your will. I pray that the players play to the best of their ability, the coaches coach to the best of their ability, and the refs see what they need to see. In your name I pray, amen.
Please be seated as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. At this time, we'd like to introduce the members of all teams involved in this afternoon's state championship contest. First of all, our designated guest team, they're district champions with District 1 3A. They're coming in with a season record of 28-4. They are the two-time defending state champion in Conference 3A, making their fifth state tournament appearance. They are the Lady Knights of Midland National Academy. Number 3, freshman, Ava Smith. Number 5, sophomore, Callie Doak. Number 13, sophomore, Peyton Carr. Number 14, sophomore, Tyler Kirk. Number 23, freshman, Emma Miller. Number 24, junior, Madison Top. And number 35, freshman, Molly Coco. For the Lady Knights, starting at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 0, Corey Kirk. And at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 10, Leah Beatty. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 12, Kenna Bailey. And in guard, a 5'7" senior, number 21, Jennifer Coco. And before a 5'9" junior, number 22, Casey Miller. Head coach of the Lady Knights is Carly Denise. She was assisted by Kelly B, Jim B, and Kayla Lima. On the post, the 5'9" freshman, number 2, Jada Pleasant. At the guard, a 5'6" freshman, number 12, Brooke Bonnery. At guard, a 5' junior, number 21, Cassandra Chavez. And starting the post, the 5'9" junior, number 33, Natalie Smith. Head coach of the Lady Warriors is Dennis Keaton, assisted by Jack Smith and Jason Harvey. The Lady Warriors of Legacy Christian Academy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our TAPS 3A State Championship Girls Basketball game. Features the Lady Knights of Midland Classical Academy. They'll be wearing black and being our designated visiting team. And our home team, designated by the white jerseys they will wear, is Legacy Christian Academy of Beaumont. Both these teams come to this final tournament game after winning their semifinals yesterday. Midland Classical defeated Faith Academy of Marble Falls in the semis, while Legacy Christian Academy of Beaumont defeated Legacy Preparatory Christian Academy of the Woodlands in their game yesterday afternoon. So as we tip this ball game off, we look forward to another great basketball game. This is game number 4 of 6 today here at West Texas. And not the area of the state, but the town of West, 20 minutes north of Waco on I-35. Leah Beatty opens the game up with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, no good. And then Legacy Christian Academy able to get the rebound.
Chavez comes away with it. Chavez will control the tempo for Beaumont. Finds Natalie. Good pass underneath to Benarise for a layup. That was great execution there by Beaumont.
And that's a 2-point basket. Gives them the lead to start out this game. Leah Beatty shoots it, no good. Rebound. And Legacy Christian ends up with it. And number 0, Corey Kirk, runs over the point guard, so that's going to be a foul. Her first, team's first. Natalie Smith is going to inbound the ball. She's going to give it to Ashton Reynolds. Reynolds is going to bring it up top. Kick it over to, and back up top again. Going to hand it to Pleasant. Pleasant's going to give it to Bagneris. And the shot drops. It's going to be another 2-point basket.
That was by Natalie Smith.
Beatty brings it up the floor, moves it around. Back to Beatty. Over to number 21, Jennifer Coco.
Midland Classical started out slow yesterday in yesterday's game because of bad shooting. And so far today, they have not had a good shooting performance. It is early, and that could change quickly.
We're going to have an illegal screen that's going to go against number 12, Brooke Bagneris. Freshman guard is going to be called for it, so that's her first, team's first. 6.5 minutes left to go in the first. Legacy Christian of Beaumont up by 4. Number 12 dribbles it around. Kenna Bailey back to Coco. Coco to Beatty. Beatty shoots it. And Beatty hits the 3. 1 for 3 so far. Corey Kirk with the steal. Back to Beatty. Beatty dribbles. Drops it down. Kicks out to Coco. Out to Beatty. Beatty shoots. No good on the 3-pointer. Back out to Beatty. Beatty shoots again. Beatty's, I think, 1 for 6 right now.
1 for 5.
1 for 5. Jenny Coco hits the 2-pointer. So that gives them a 1-point lead over Legacy Christian Academy of Beaumont.
That was a good spin cycle there to get away from the pressure by Ashton Reynolds for Beaumont. Good dribble handoff there. Almost an illegal screen using her back. Jerry DePleasant with the jumper, and it's off. Beatty with the rebound. Outlets to Kirk. Dead run. And here comes the spark plug herself. Puts it up and a little too strong. Kind of surprised with that.
Kicks it to Beatty. Beatty drives. Beatty pulls up, shoots, misses. Can't get the shot.
Miller gets blocked on her rebound attempt, put back.
So they kick it over to Chavez. Chavez takes it to the top of the key. Setting up their offensive set. Hands it to Bagneris, who tosses it way up in the air for Reynolds.
And the ball's lost. Dropped off to Beatty, behind the back dribble, up the court. Another behind the back dribble, gets around her player. Feeds Miller. Miller with the layup, and it's off. Beatty almost picked up a silly foul there, but here comes Ashton Reynolds for the Warriors.
Reynolds
through to the defense and throws it up wildly and misses it. Kirk needs to look up, has Beatty open, catches the ball, puts it up and in, and draws the foul.
So and one for Leah Beatty. Gonna put her at the line, see if she can get 3 points the old-fashioned way. It's gonna put her at the bucket for one. That foul's gonna go against Natalie Smith, the 11th grader, who's post. That's her foul. First one, second team one. So Reynolds is gonna dribble the ball up the floor. She's got Chavez and Bagneris in the wings. Smith at the post. And then Pleasant down low. Chavez no good on the floater. Beatty the rebound. And a jump ball. It's going to stay Legacy ball. 8-4 lead for Midland Classical at the moment. Kick it into Smith. And good for two.
I don't know what's going on with Midland Classical, but they're kind of being lazy on the defensive side of the ball right now.
Beatty brings it up the floor. Beatty does some sweet dribbling, pulls up, no good, rims out. And Reynolds pushes it up the floor. Reynolds drives.
Oh, good move by Reynolds.
And Coach Carla Canine going to take a 30-second timeout. Doesn't like what she sees.
I wouldn't either. It doesn't look like her team came out to play to start this quarter. You know, as we have this short break, we want to remind you that unfortunately you'll see a big intrusive clock on our TAPS TV screen. We want to apologize for that. Unfortunately, we're running 3 different sites today and only a couple of cameras to show it. Thank you once again for your patience. We hope you enjoy our broadcast on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
And if you enjoy something good, TAPS proudly announces our new partnership with Chipotle, real food for real athletes. Thank you to Chipotle for their support of our athletes and teams. So we have Midland Classical bringing the ball up the floor. Kenna Bailey's going to jog it up. Going to space it out. Beatty up at the top with her. Gives it to Coco out at the right wing. And then we have a steal by Bagneris.
Bagneris.
Reynolds dribbles, gets a foul call. It's going to go against Jenny Coco. Or sorry, not Jenny Coco, excuse me. Casey Miller. Out to Reynolds. Kicks it to Chavez. Chavez back out to Reynolds. Reynolds into Smith at the high post. Back out to Reynolds at the top of the key. Pleasant drives in, loses it, and it's going to be Midland Classical basketball. Score tied so far. A little under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Going to have Kenna Bailey bring it up.
Looking to post up Beatty, but Coco decides to shoot the long jumper, and it's good.
Brings their lead to 2. Reynolds to Chavez with that dribble handoff. Chavez high ball to Smith. Out to Bagneris. No good on that shot. Beatty pushes it up the floor. Out to Corey Kirk. Three-pointer no good. Off. Rebound. Bailey almost loses it. Forgot whose team they're on. No good on the three-pointer. Jenny Coco with the shot, and good.
Comes Ashton Reynolds up the front court. Dribble handoff to Bannerise. Finds Coco back. Oh, it's going to go off of Reynolds' hands. Good deflection there by Beatty. Not having the offensive woes affect her defensive work that she needs to do today.
So Bailey's going to bring the ball up. Kicks it over to Coco. Coco shoots.
This time a three-pointer.
Coco scored their last 7 points. 15-8, giving them this lead. So Legacy Christian Academy takes a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Right now we'd like to recognize one of our sponsors, the Waco Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with the Waco Sports Commission, proudly partners with TAPS to make Waco, Texas, the championship city for TAPS. Visit WacoHeartOfTexas.com for more local information.
Children's Health wants to keep your athlete playing strong. So the Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine brings you expert pediatric care close to home. That's one way that Children's Health is by your side. Natalie Smith for Beaumont will inbound.
Smith to Reynolds. Reynolds surveys the court. Jenny Coco, or sorry, not Coco, but Corey Kirk jumps the passing lane. Beatty back to Kirk. Kirk pulls up, shoots, three-pointer no good. Rebound Bailey, back to Beatty. Beatty loses it. Chavez is fighting for it. Reynolds loses it after the pass. And we're going to have a jump ball there. Good hustle by both teams. Ball is going to stay with Midland. Inbound underneath their basket. Kicks out to Bailey. Back to Beatty. Two-point shot, no good, off the back rim. Legacy brings it up the floor. Kirk knocks it out of bounds, slows down Pleasant's drive. 7-point ball game still, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Out to Chavez. Chavez thinks about it. Kicks it to Reynolds. Reynolds hands it off to Bannerise. Hands it off to Chavez. Chavez then hands it off to Reynolds. Back to Chavez. Chavez dribbling all around.
Good find for Pleasant in the corner. It's going to be long.
Beatty with the rebound, kicks it up to Kirk. Kirk running the floor, pulls it back. Back to Beatty. Beatty back to Kirk. Kirk with the three, no good. Beatty with the drive.
Oh, good find from
Good job there for Miller.
Casey Miller.
She's going to get 2 at the line. That's going to go against Reynolds. That's her first, team's third. And Miller's going to have a chance to add 2 points to the score. Makes the first. As stated during introductions, Midland Classical is your 2-time defending 3A girls state champion. And no good. So rebound to Reynolds. Chavez driving up the floor. And that is the end of the first quarter. Our score, Midland Classical 16, Legacy Christian Academy 8. We can take a minute break. second quarter of our TAPS 3A Girls State Championship basketball game here at the community of West Texas, 20 minutes north of Waco. Legacy Christian in the white is going to inbound it to start the second quarter. Midland Classical in the black. Chavez with the ball. Chavez hands it off to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Chavez. Chavez out to Pleasant. Pleasant is going to get called for the charge. Great job there by Jenny Coco to take the charge. And so Leah Beatty's going to jog it up the floor. Kirk gets it. Down to Coco. Bailey back to Kirk.
Looks like there's some man-to-man action going on.
And Beatty gets a pass inside, but gets fouled by, is that Pleasant? Yeah, that's Pleasant. That's going to be her first. Actually, yeah, her first.
Second.
Yep, her second. Team's fifth. So Pleasant's going to go sit the bench.
Yeah, she just picked up her charge over here. That was her first foul.
Beatty thinks about it, pulls up, out to Kirk. Kirk shot fake. Pull-up jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound, Smith. Very aggressive on that rebound. Passes it to Reynolds. Reynolds kicks it out to Benedice. Benedice gets it tied up. Leah Beatty, and Beatty is going to give the ball back to Midland Classical on that one.
16-8.
These teams should be used to playing each other. They played each other in the last 4 state championship basketball games. Errant pass there by Beatty. Don't know if just a little miscommunication between her and Casey Miller. So Reynolds is going to walk the ball up the floor. Chavez and Bannerise on the wing. Got Smith at the high post. Number 14 is coming to the game for Legacy Christian Academy. That's going to be Jody Deckard, freshman. Very young team here for Legacy Christian Academy. And another tie-up. That's going to stay with Beaumont. Reynolds inbounds. Over to Chavez. Gets tipped by Coco. Or sorry, not Coco. Kirk, excuse me. So Reynolds takes it at half court. Walks it up. Chavez and Benedice on the wing. Out to Chavez. Bannerise comes across. Back to Chavez. Errant pass.
Was tipped out of bounds.
All right.
Number
so
12.
It's going to stay with Legacy Christian.
Kenna Bailey with the deflection. And there's an errant pass.
Yep, and there's the pass. Good by Kenna Bailey.
Now we're going to see a full court press here by Midland Classical. See how Beaumont handles it, and Cassandra patiently gets it across the timeline.
Chavez over to Reynolds, over to Smith, over to Bannerise, three-pointer, and that's good for Bannerise.
The three-point line could be a great equalizer, and right now it looks like Bannerise has got to get that going for Beaumont.
Kirk drives the lane.
Good defense.
Out to Beatty. Beatty drives, finishes with the right hand, gives them a 9-point lead. A little bit over 5 minutes. Reynolds trying to push it up. Bannerise. Bannerise loses it. Coco grabs it. Kicks to Beatty.
This is the pace we were expecting for Midland Classical. Beatty steps into a three-pointer and just misses it long.
Pull up three-pointer, no good for Leah Beatty. Chavez Walking it up.
Down by 9.
Reynolds and Vandereese on the wing. Reynolds driving. Charge. Casey Miller takes the charge for Midland Classical.
No real understanding why Ashlyn Reynolds, who got by the initial defender, didn't just stop and shoot it. She didn't have to continue going in the basket.
That's her second foul, team 6th. 4:30 left in the second. Beatty gets the handoff, kicks it back to Coco. Coco, who's been shooting great so far, misses. Reynolds with the rebound. Chavez gets it.
Oh, good. You're in and out dribble, and he's going to draw a blocking foul.
So Beatty gets called for the blocking foul. Felt like she was falling down before Chavez even got to her.
It also looked like Chavez was falling down before she hit Beatty there, too. So the ref had the better angle there.
Yeah. So Chavez is going to take 2 from the line. And makes the first. Chavez is the shortest person on the court, but definitely has a lot of heart and has a really good engine. Never keeps the foot off the gas pedal. Misses the second one, though. Beatty with the rebound. Over to Corey Kirk. Back to Beatty. Over to Kenna Bailey. Miller tries to look for Beatty. Can't get it into her, so gives it to Bailey. Over to Coco and to Beatty. Beatty turnaround jump shot is good. Midland Classical with the full court press. Chavez tries to dribble through. Corey Kirk guarding her closely. Spin cycle several times. Reynolds.
And banks it in.
It's going to be the and one. Go to the line, see if she can make the third point. It's going to put Reynolds at the line. Corey Kirk picks up her second. Team's 4th. 8-point lead here still for Midland Classical. No good on the shot. Rebound by Coco. Beatty gets the rebound, the outlet pass. Over to Bailey. Bailey drives, kicks to Miller. Great pass, no good on the layup though. Coco rebounds down to Beatty, who kicks it to Miller, back to Beatty, and Beatty finishes. That's some unselfish basketball right there.
And that was beautiful too, to see the post passing. And Kirk just gambled and missed. Here comes Chavez all the way to the basket, puts it up and in.
And Chavez has been really impressive. Beatty's going to bring it up the court for Midland Classical. 2:55 left to go. 8-point lead for Midland Classical. Jenny.
Oh, what a move
Great
by
post
Jenny
move.
Coco. Jenny Coco put the up and under move on Natalie Smith there. And here comes Bannerese, a full head of steam. Misses the layup. Got her own rebound. Puts it back up and in.
Good hustle play there from Bannerese. Coach Carla putting play up for the team. Gets stolen by Reynolds.
Oh, good Euro, and unfortunately out of control.
Too far underneath. Beatty goes up and scores. And one.
Reynolds had a wing player with her. She should have made the pass to make it easier for their fast break attempt. In the game for the first time for Midland Classical's number 35, Molly Coco.
Beatty makes the three-point play.
The old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm.
For those keeping count out there.
That's right. So we've got Miss Chavez bringing the ball up the floor. Picks it by Reynolds. Corey Kirk coming all the way to the volleyball front line to guard her. Reynolds back to Chavez. Chavez drives in, kicks out. Three-pointer by Reynolds, good. I tell you, with Midland Classical being the two-time defending state champ and Beaumont playing them the last 4 years, Beaumont is not scared. They are taking it to them.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Midland Classical better get their act together defensively. Play with more aggression.
Bailey, no good on the shot there. And rebound's going to stay with Midland Classical. And Beatty out to Kirk. Kirk, three-pointer, gets the shooter's roll.
When the help comes from that side, you cannot leave Kirk open. You got to force the others to make the points for your team. Help for the double team on Beatty should have come from somewhere else. We'll see what happens here the rest of the way. A good move, spin move by Banneries, floats it up, and it's out off the back iron. Here comes Beatty up the front court. Surveys the floor, spins left, passes right left to Kirk, off the spin move. Kirk finds Bailey.
20 seconds left in this first half.
Bailey gets back to Beatty at the top of the, just right in front of the timeline.
I think Beatty's going to hold for the last shot. There to Coco. Little X move by both teams. Pull-up jumper, and good for Beatty. Ice in the veins there to finish that quarter off and finish off the half. So after two, Midland Classical 34, Beaumont Legacy Christian 21. We're going to take a 10-minute halftime, and we will take it with you guys. we're back to our TAPS 3A Girls State Championship basketball game. Midland Classical currently leads Beaumont Legacy Christian Academy by a score of 34-21. This is Matt Tarbutton, joined by Denny Varghese, Coach V, as he's affectionately known, or Coach Varcheese, depending on what you know. The only man who's gotten a high ankle sprain in a pickup basketball game.
Midland Classical will inbound here. Beatty will bring the ball in. Thank you, Matt, for that affectionate reminder of my days of trying to play the game of basketball.
And so Corey Kirk is going to bring it up for Midland Classical. Over to Kenna Bailey. Over to Jenny Coco on the wing. Back to Bailey up top. Over to Miller, who puts it down to Beatty down low. Bad pass, but Bailey is able to regain it. Coco, back to Bailey. Over to Miller. Back to Coco. Swings it to Bailey.
They have the over-the-top pass to Beatty earlier, but just quite couldn't connect. Here's an skip pass to Miller. Tries to post up Beatty from a terrible angle, but still does it. And Beatty
able to finish there, so Beatty gets another 2 points.
Now a 15-point lead. Here comes Chavez up the front court, finds Reynolds. Pump fakes the three. Oh, good no-look pass to Natalie Smith, but could not convert.
Beatty with the rebound, pushing it up the floor to Corey Kirk. She pulls it out over to Bailey. Down to Miller, down to Beatty. Ball goes out, and it's going to be Legacy Christian basketball.
Beatty didn't like the call, thought it was off of Van Reese's fingertips, but she was wrong.
So Chavez walks it up the floor. Still currently down 15. Hands it off to Reynolds, back to Chavez. Chavez shoots it and hits the three.
It's now a 12-point lead for Midland Classical.
And so Kirk, back to Coco. Coco to Bailey. Back to Coco. Over to Miller. Miller back to Bailey. Bailey up top, driving through. Over to Coco.
Jump ball.
We're going to have a tie ball there.
And it looks like
Banneries got hurt while trying to guard Leah Beatty. Looks to be an elbow.
Van Reese was pretty vital to what on the offensive end and defensive end for what Beaumont was doing. So this will be a hard pill to swallow for Beaumont if she's gone for long. We do want to thank Children's Health, Andrews Institute, for being here on site for us, take care of our athletes. Reynolds back to Chavez as Chavez crosses the timeline. Chavez stops, pops another three-pointer, and she knocks it in. Should have been an and one.
Could have been a 4-point play. I think Beatty got away with that one. Over to Kirk. Kirk three-pointer, and good. So back-to-back three-pointers on offensive possessions for both teams. 39-27 in favor of Midland Classical still.
Chavez surveys the floor, looks towards Reynolds, stops, pass it over to Pleasant, back to Chavez. The ball is going to be tipped away by Kirk. Kirk's in the open court. She controls the ball. Ball is knocked out of hands to Pleasant, but Pleasant could not control it.
Over to Beatty.
Beatty at the top, launches a three, and she knocks it in. And just like that, it's back to a 15-point lead.
42-27. Chavez walking the ball up the floor, kicks it to Reynolds. Actually, she pulls up, three-pointer, and she's made three in a row. So 9 points. So Beatty kicks it over to Bailey. Bailey to Kirk. Kirk looks. Over to Coco. Coco drives.
Good block there by Natalie Smith, but it's unfortunately off the fingertips of Chavez there. Natalie kind of gave up too much of the baseline on that drive.
Beatty to inbound. Over
Kirk
to
is
Kirk.
open.
Three-pointer. And it's just rain and threes all day.
Midland Classical seems to have woken up offensively. Let's see if they do so defensively now. Pleasant dribbles through the defender, stops and pops at the mid-range jumper, misses the free throw line jump shot.
And so Beatty's bringing the ball up the floor. Kicks
Finds
it
Kirk.
to Kirk. Three-pointer, no good. Comes off. Rebound, Kenna Bailey. Back to Kirk. Works it inside to Coco.
Oh,
who
good
hands off
backdoor pass.
And Leah Beatty finishes. And so Legacy Christian is going to take a timeout. And our score currently with a few seconds over 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Midland Classical 47, Legacy Christian 30. NCSA, Next College Student Athletes Recruiting Network, connects over 2 million student athletes to more than 35,000 college coaches nationwide. Learn more and find your best college fit by visiting ncsasports.org. Worried about the weather? Earth Networks has been taking the pulse of the planet for more than 20 years. We help schools mitigate financial, operational, and human risk by allowing environmental intelligence from the world's largest hyper-local weather network.
TAPS partners with Wilson Sporting Goods as the official ball for TAPS competitions. We would like to thank Wilson for providing the Evolution balls used during this championship event. If you'd like to find out more information about Wilson, please go to wilson.com. You know, Beaumont had a flurry of threes dropped for them, but they kind of stopped playing as their aggressive defense that they were doing so in the first half, and which kind of kept them in the ball game. They're going to have to start watching those basket cuts by Beatty and others off of the initial pass. Midland Classical is so good at creating offense for all of their players with the motion offense that they're running.
And so Legacy Christian is working the ball around. Chavez kicks it to Reynolds, inside to Smith, over to Pleasant. Pleasant pulls up jump shot, no good, long. Rebound Beatty, gives it over to Kirk. Kirk pulls it out. Kirk kicks it to Bailey. Banner Reese is back in the ball game. Good to see her come back in after that injury scare. Pull-up jumper on the turnaround from Beatty is good. 19-point lead for Midland Classical.
Beatty is now, the monster is awoken. She's now hit the last 6 points. Now created the turnover there too, I believe.
Going to be a walk there by Casey Miller.
Almost turnover.
So it's going to be Legacy Christian underneath their own basket. Chavez dribble drives, throws it up, and is going to go to the basket. So Chavez is going to go to the line for two. First free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 18.
Looks like there's some switching of who's guarding who. They're going to put two on Beatty, it looks like.
Looks like they're going to play the old-fashioned triangle on two. Put the two on Beatty. I think Beatty's probably content to sit in the corner.
Coco misses the line drive, and it's off the races for Cassandra Chavez. She crossover dribbles, avoids the deflection by Beatty. Has Natalie Smith open, but now is no longer there. Cassandra throws it up, but off the back heel. Here comes Casey Miller to Beatty, to Kirk. Kirk.
And Midland Classical is willing to pass it around. I do own a 17-point lead here in the third quarter. Minute 45 left to go in the third period.
Beaumont went away from the triangle and 2 on Beatty. Now it's just a man-to-man pressure. They have Pleasant on Beatty. Pleasant picks up Beatty at the three-point line. Beatty kicks it back out to Bailey. Bailey to Coco. Back out to Kirk beyond the 10-foot volleyball line. Kirk dribbles back out to the 10-foot volleyball line. Goes down the baseline, comes back out. Goes all the way to the basket. Stops, pulls back out. Just a dribbling acquisition here by Corey Kirk. And clock is running. There's no hurry or no urgency to try to score. Now there's a tie-up on the ball. We're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to be Midland Classical ball again, though. But the possession arrow will switch.
Coach Canine is arguing that she called the timeout.
Beatty will inbound.
Midland Classical going to take the possession anyways.
Oh,
Beatty with the layup.
That was a great give and go right out of the inbound. Cannot lose Beatty.
51-32. Midland Classical still on top. Three-pointer. No good. Going to stay here off the hands of Jenny Coco. So that's going to send Jenny Coco to the bench. They're going to sub in number 35. That's Molly Coco, younger sister.
Reynolds has the ball at the top. Screen set by Natalie Smith. Beatty runs through the screen. Oh, good. Oh, what a move by Jada Pleasant. In and out dribble, and then the Euro step to avoid the defense.
So Beatty pushing the ball up the floor. Pull up, jump shot, good. 19-point lead. Jump shot by Pleasant off the back rim. Reynolds rebounds. Bad pass, though. Beatty pushing it.
Don't understand why she did that, but now Beatty is content to get one shot here. Beatty turn, fires at the free throw line, and knocks down the Jimmy. And that will be the third quarter. It's now a 21-point lead for Midland Classical in this 3A state championship game.
So we're going to take a minute break in between these quarters.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
So with the start of our fourth quarter, here to set to begin, it's going to be Legacy Christian ball. Midland Classical is currently leading the game, 55-34. Midland Classical looking for a three-peat when it comes to girls basketball state championships. Man-to-man defense, really more of a 3-2 actually. Ball kicked to Pleasant, pull-up dribble, no good. Rebound, Jenny Coco. And Corey Kirk pulling the ball up the floor. Kirk back to the middle. Kirk going to pass it down to Casey Miller. Off to Beatty. Going to call the foul. I believe that's going to go against Vanna Reese, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be on number 12. It's going to be her second foul. Team's first. Kicks it to Bailey. Over to Coco. Back to Kirk. Over to Bailey. Up to Coco. Drops it to there. Oh, could have turned, faced the basket.
Midland Classical did this last game too. They're just running clock. They're up 21. They don't need to score anymore. They're not in a hurry to score. So they're going to run as much clock as possible.
Miller tries to give it to Beatty. Beatty kicks it to Coco. Coco kicks it to Kirk. Kirk drives in. It's going to get run over by Pleasant. It's going to be her third, team second.
Beatty to put the ball in. Gets it over the top to Bailey. Bailey back to Beatty on the right wing. Back to Kirk over the top. Finally fires a three-pointer, and it's off. But Miller's there for the rebound.
Great offensive rebound there by Miller.
Those offensive rebounds when you're down like this are killer, and they kind of change the progression of the game.
So Kirk kicks it over to Beatty. Beatty pull-up jump shot, no good. Rebound goes to Banneries. Legacy jogging it up the floor. Chavez to Reynolds. Reynolds drives in. No good. Rebound. Jenny Coco tries to take the charge. Gets the rebound on the floor, but isn't able to hold on to it. So it's going to stay Legacy Christian basketball.
Down by 21, if you're gonna try to come back, you're gonna have to start knocking down some threes and then hoping to play some really good defense.
Pass goes out to Banneries. Tipped, though, by Kirk, so it's going to stay Legacy ball.
There it is. And it's long by Reynolds.
No good on that, so it's going to be Midland Classical basketball. 6 minutes exactly left in this fourth quarter.
We're going to see a full court press here by Beaumont.
Ball given to Kirk. Drops it down into the basket. No good. Good hustle there by Chavez. Kicks it to Reynolds. Reynolds picked off, though, by Leah Beatty. And that's going to put Beatty at the line for two. Chavez is going to be charged with the foul. Chavez, who's played really well this game, even though she's outsized by pretty much every one of the Midland Classical girls, but she's shown a lot of heart, a lot of tenacity. Pretty good shooting touch as well. Beatty makes the first of two. A 22-point lead. Stretches to 23 after Beatty makes the second of two.
Reynolds with a dribble handoff to Chavez. Chavez in and out dribble, crossover dribble. Loses the ball, gets it back to Reynolds. Got lucky she didn't get called for traveling. A long shot there by Smith.
Yeah, no good. So Coco passes off to Beatty. Beatty dribbles down the floor. Pull up jumper, good.
Up 25 here.
Beatty's gonna, Banneries can kick it over to Smith, who gives it to Chavez. Chavez hands it over to Pleasant, over to Reynolds. Reynolds kicks it back to Pleasant. Pleasant drops it in, no good. And so Corey Kirk's gonna bring it up. Good screen there by Beatty. And Pleasant is going to be charged with the foul there, use of the body. It's going to be her fourth, team's fourth. give and go. Pass up to Bailey, over to Coco. Coco drives, and she's going to get the foul call, so she'll go to the line for 2. Foul is going to go against number 33, Smith. That's her third, team's 5th. 4:22 left to go in this game. 59-34 lead for the Lady Knights.
The Warriors, who have no seniors on this squad, will bring back everybody next year. They had a really good year, and there's really no shame in how they're playing today. They've put on a pretty good effort, and they continue to play with great intensity and grit.
Yeah, they started 3 freshmen and 2 juniors, so core of their team is back. Chavez trying to get the ball inside, hands it to Pleasant. Pleasant drives, layup, no good. Off the front iron, Coco to Beatty. Beatty runs up the floor. Midland Classical scores again off the Beatty layup. Under 4 minutes and counting.
You imagine if this lead continues to grow, that Coach from Midland Classical will go ahead and empty the bench. Maybe at the 3-minute mark we might see that. Stolen away by Miller.
Yeah, great job there, Beatty.
Oh, Chavez almost with the steal, but good control, dribble, pivot by Beatty. Beatty has the ball at the top. And Kirk dribbles through. Pass to Coco. Coco back out to Kirk. Kirk will continue to dribble the ball. Back to Coco. The ball goes. Looks, set, turns around, fires, and hits the mid-range jumper. Good free throw line jumper. And now a timeout is called by Beaumont. We're going to take this break. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 60 seconds. As we come back, I want to remind you about Blue Frame Technology and the new TAPS TV network. If you're looking to get more out of your video streaming next year, create better broadcasts, and increase your audience with Blue Frame Technology and the new TAPS TV network. We want to thank all those that are watching and listening to us today on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio, respectively. It's been a great day of basketball. Right now, we're at the 3A state championship game between Beaumont Legacy Preparatory Christian Academy, of the Warriors, and Midland Classical Knights. Chavez gets the ball to Benaris, who tries to pass the ball to Smith, but cannot control the ball. It's going to be out of bounds. Midland Classical will inbound. Oh, no, they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Midland Classical. If you're hearing that round of applause, that's senior forward Jennifer Coco, who gets a round of applause as she exits the game. She's had a tremendous season, a tremendous 4 years for Midland Classical. She ends her season with an opportunity to three-peat, and looks like that will take place. Beaumont on the inbounds ends up getting a couple of shots up when Natalie Smith gets a final rebound and puts it up and in. It's an 18-point lead. Sorry, a 28-point lead here. And it's off the foot of Chavez. Kirk dribbling around. And coming off the floor, if you hear a round of applause again, this time it's for Corey Kirk, the senior guard. Beatty dribbles at the mid-range jumper, finds number 35 down to Miller, who scores. The junior forward scores 2 points. It's now a 20-point lead. Casey Smith gets the rebound, gets a pass from Ashton Reynolds and misses the free throw line jumper. Here comes Leah Beatty off the rebound from number 35. Leah Beatty into the front court, stops, pops right in front of the free throw line, misses it off the back heel. Banneries almost gets the rebound, but ends up losing it to Bailey, who gives it to Beatty for a 3-point shot. It is now a 33-point lead here with 1:37 seconds left. Beaumont calls a timeout. 1:30 left, and we want to just tell you thank you for joining us again. It's been a great day of basketball. After this game, we'll turn it over to our PA announcer, and he will announce and invite those that have won all-state medals and present also the presentation of the runner-up, and the state championship plaque will also be given right after this game. We thank you once again for joining us here at TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We have 1:30 left in this 3A state championship game between Midland Classical Knights and the Legacy Christian Academy Warriors from Beaumont. As we come back, it looks like Leah Beatty will take her seat too, along with Leah Beatty will be the only one that takes a seat. What a phenomenal game by Leah Beatty. Started out the first half of the game not shooting well, but came in the third quarter and fourth quarter and took over. Great performance by Corey Kirk, Leah Beatty, and Jennifer Coco. Coming off the floor for Midland Classical is also number 12, Kana Bailey, the junior forward guard, and also Casey Miller, the junior forward. Warm embraces by the coaches and Midland Classical players. Natalie Smith launches a three and it's off the front rim. Cassandra Chavez puts it up and it's off. Here's a rebound by number 23 from Midland Classical, Emma Miller. Number 3, Ava Smith brings up the ball. Ava passes the ball and ends up getting fouled by Cassandra Chavez. The foul's called, and we're going to have a substitution here for Beaumont. Coming off the floor is Ashton Reynolds. She had a phenomenal game here for Beaumont Christian Legacy Christian, sorry. And on the floor comes in number 22, Natalie Haltom. Number 21 with another foul. Natalie Smith will come off the floor, and coming back is Jada Pleasant. Ava Miller will toe the stripe, shoot 2. She knocks the first of 2. Actually, it was 1-1, so she earned her second free throw here. Also in the game for Legacy Christian Academy is Kenyana Briscoe, the freshman guard. Rebound off the miss. Ava Miller gets the ball, gets it off to number 5, to number 14, back to number 5, Callie Doak, to number 3, Ava Smith. And good sportsmanship there by number 10, Kenyana Briscoe, after the foul, picking up number 3, Ava Smith. Midland Classical. Ava Smith will shoot another 1-1 here. We have 43 seconds left here. Ava Smith knocks in the first of two. Earns her second free throw here. Coming off the floor is Cassandra Chavez. You'll hear the round of applause. Even Midland Classical players are giving her a round of applause. What a phenomenal effort by Cassandra Chavez. Gets a hug from Midland Classical coach as well. Jada Pleasant dribbles, back to the left hand she goes, pulls up, mid-range jumper, off right, rebound, gets blocked on the putback attempt for number 22, Natalie Haltom. She was fouled by number 14, Kylie Kirk. So here's number 22, Haltom at the line. Her first free throw's off the left side of the rim. Shooting one. And rattles in the second one. 22 seconds left in this 3A state championship game. They're going to hold clock. And as we wind out the clock, you're going to hear Midland Classical fans behind us start cheering. This is their three-peat that they've accomplished. 3 straight years of state championship winners. Congratulations to Coach Carla Canine and the Midland Classical Knights. I want to thank you for joining us here at TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. My name is Denny Varghese, and alongside me was Matt Tarbutton. Today we've been able to crown champions, and now in the 3A state champions is going to stay the same with Midland Classical hoisting up the plaque. We're going to turn it over to our PA announcer. Once again, I want to say thank you for joining us. This is Denny Varghese, and I'm out.
First of all, I'd like to recognize the members of the all-tournament team. Some of these athletes played in yesterday's semifinals. If you're present this evening, we ask that you please come forward when we call your name. From Faith Academy, senior Lady Freeman. Lady Freeman, if you're here, please come forward. From Woodland, the Legacy Christian, sophomore Maddie Steve. Maddie Steve, if you're present, please come forward. Also, from Faith Academy, senior Christian Wilcox. And from Woodland Legacy, junior Avery Davis. From Faith Academy, Lady Freeman. Also, from Faith Academy, Christian Wilcox. From Legacy, Christian Academy of Beaumont, junior Natalie Smith. From Midland High School, junior Jenna Bailey. From Legacy Christian, freshman Ashton Reynolds. From Midland Classical, senior Corey Kirk. From Beaumont Legacy, freshman Jada Pleasant. From Midland Glasgow senior, Jenny Coco. From Beaumont Legacy, junior, Cassandra Chavez. And from Midland Glasgow, a young lady who scored 41 points in the championship game, senior, Leah Beatty. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 3A All-Tournament team. And now we'd like to recognize the runner-up team for the Conference 3A girls. They were only the runner-up team in their district. They fought through the playoffs to the state championship game. They finished with an outstanding record of 17-9. The Lady Warriors of Lady Christian and Beaumont. Ladies, as we call your name, please come forward. Your coach, Ms. Keenan, will break you with the runner-up medal. We might also mention as we go through the roster for Lady Christian Academy, no seniors on this squad. Number 1, freshman, Ashton Reynolds. Number 2, freshman, Jada Pleasant. Number 10, freshman, Kiana Risco. Number 12, freshman, Brooke Buttery. Number 14, freshman, Jody Decker. Number 21, junior, Cassandra Chavez. Number 22, freshman, Natalie Holcomb. Number 33, junior, Natalie Smith. Assistant coach, Jack Smith. And assistant coach, Nathan Harvey. And head coach, Dennis Gatus. And now, Legacy Christian Academy, please step forward, receive your runner-up plaque and banner, runner-up team, Conference 3A Girls for 2020. Congratulations. And now, recognizing our 2020 3A Girls State Champions. This is their third in a row, 5 state championships overall. They finished with a senior record of 29-4. Lady Knights of Midland Glasgow Academy. Lady Knights, as we call you ready, please come forward. Coach Carly Canadian will break you with your state championship medal. The game of number 0, senior Corey Kirk. Kirk. Number 21, senior Jennifer Coco. Number 22, junior Casey Miller. Number 23, freshman Emma Miller. Number 24, junior Addison Tom. And number 35, freshman Molly Coco. Assistant coach, Kelly Beatty. Assistant coach, Jim Beatty. And assistant coach, Kayla Lehman. And head coach, Carla Canine. And now, Lady Knights, please step forward and accept your 2020 3A Girls State Championship plaque and banner. Congratulations, Lady Knights of Midland Classical Academy, 2020 3A Girls State Champions.
Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for the production of the Girls 3A State Championships. Once again, congratulations to the Legacy Christian Academy Warriors as being the state runner-ups, and congratulations to the Midland Classical Academy Knights for being our champions once again. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.